Hey guys!
We're here today to do one of our famous Monday double headers, starting off with a Patreon request from this patrono right here. Asked us to check out a band called Grave Miasma, and the name of the song I believe is pronounced Rogyapa. If it's not, it's not. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Before we click play, I didn't check anything. I don't know anything about this band. I've never heard of this band before. First time listening to anything that they've ever done in their life. But this patrono, since he's been on Patreon, he's never steered us wrong. This guy is aces. Either he knows what we like, or he has an incredible, phenomenal taste.
I was gonna say
everything he puts out there is phenomenal.
I was gonna say either way he has an amazing taste in metal.
Oh, 100%. You know how many bands, because of his requests, I've become fan of the band? Bewitcher comes to mind. I don't think I would have ever listened to them if it wasn't for him requesting one of their videos. I think Frozen Soul was another one that he requested, and it was phenomenal. And it's just this unbelievable.
They're all bangers.
Was it Frozen Soul or Enforcer? Either way, it doesn't really matter. All bangers. So this guy never steered us wrong. I don't think it's going to start today. But there's only one way to find out. There's always going to be that one dud one day.
Yeah, but with
this
guy, I feel like that dud won't even be that bad.
That is true too. All right, so let's check this out and see what Grave Miasma is. I wonder what that means. But anyways, maybe after I'll Google it. What Grave Miasma is all about. Let's check it out. Oh, I guess this is from their latest record. All right. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, go first. Well, what's your thoughts on Grave Miasma?
When it started, I was like, "This is the dud." When it started, at least.
Oh,
right.
Or the least good one.
That's what I was saying. This is the dud, but like I said, it's still not bad. Even while I'm listening to it, I'm like, "This is the dud," but
not as strong as previous requests.
Not as strong as the previous request. That's what I was looking at it as. And then it started going, and I'm like, a song like this needs to be a little bit shorter. That's what I was thinking.
I agree.
Right?
For me, the song has two issues. One of them is that. But anyways, go ahead.
And I think, that's what I was thinking at the start, and that's why I thought it was... Because I looked at the time, I'm like, if it's going to continue like this, the song should be a little bit shorter. Because after a while, you're kind of like...
It feels repetitive.
Yeah. I still have that problem now, but at the same time, there was so much different content that was given to me that I'm happy. I'm happy that it was...
It didn't become repetitive.
It didn't become repetitive.
But it could have been shorter.
But at the same time, it should have been shorter. Because a song like this should never be that long.
I agree with you 100%. So far, I'm on board.
And I was very disappointed with the solo.
Me too. Actually, I didn't think as that would be an issue. But now... So I have 3 issues with the song. So the solo is also one of them.
Dude.
I was getting ready for like some massive solage, some riffage. And what the fuck happened there?
Like playing with my balls and then running outside the room. And then never coming back.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of playing with balls, but anyways, it's just...
You played soccer for a while.
Yeah, but that's one ball. I'm a one ball kind of guy, and I've never been a juggler, so never really been my thing.
You're an Armstrong. You're a one ball type of guy.
Yeah, well, I'm exactly. I'm a Lance Armstrong. What can I say? But not as far as the douchiness is concerned. Yeah, the solo, in my opinion, for a song that's this long, the solo is super short.
Yeah, how the fuck are you gonna have a long song where you're gonna be like, okay, guys, what I was thinking of was almost a 7-minute track, but the solo, we don't have enough time for it. What do you mean? We don't have time for it. We have only 7 minutes. We can't make a solo longer than 3 seconds. There's no way.
I know. Who needs a solo?
Who needs a solo anyways? We'll just give him like a little bit of a lick here, and then we'll just stop. And then we'll like slow it down and then have it come back to our normal, like, sluggish ways.
Yeah, I saw a comment the other day, somewhat related to this, but I saw a comment the other day of somebody saying that, who needs solos in songs? That's like saying who needs blowjobs in their sex life? The only people who say that are people who are not getting any. That's the only people who say that, and they say that to make themselves feel better. Of course we need solos. Of course we need blowjobs. These are things that...
make the world run.
Exactly. It's like the oxygen, the air that I breathe. We all need these things. And if they're not given...
We've needed these things for thousands of years now.
I know. Why would it change now?
I don't know, man.
Why would it change now? The solo... funny enough, you hit that one, and it was actually not on my list of gripes.
Most likely, one of the ones you'll have is probably what I'll have, but I'll let you go.
Okay, so far we talked about the 2 things. And by the way, when we say this is a dud, it's a dud compared to the previous request this request. But this is still a great song. I still really enjoy the track. Now, the 2 things that you mentioned, which is the length and the solo, and to me, those 2 kind of tied in together. Like we said, if the song is going to be this long, the solo needs to be longer.
Yeah.
If the solo is going to be that short, then the track needs to be a little bit more compact.
But never have the solo that short, even if it's small.
For a song like this, with such great atmosphere, and that solo, the way that it started...
But that's all it did. All it did was start. I don't even think it ended. There was no middle, there was no end.
No, it just started and
that's
that was it. Yeah. But it had so much potential.
It had so much potential, and they gave
And it got my attention, too. Like, I was like, oh, fuck, this is going to be epic. This is going to be epic.
They gave up
and then it was like, fuck, what the fuck happened here? So, outside of those 2, my only other issue with the song is, and I understand this, it's the vocals. To me, they were a little bit too deep in the mix. And I understand it in terms of creating the atmosphere for the song in order to create the aura that the track has, the sound. I'm totally on board with all of that. If I didn't know this was recent, if I didn't know this is from their 2021 album,
I would have thought this is some like...
From 1988.
Yeah.
Some obscure track from 1988 on a Throwback Thursday. That's what it feels like.
We're on a roll today because me and you are in sync. I also had a big problem with
To me, they were too deep. Listen, once again, I understand that you want to create this dark atmosphere. I get it. Like, you guys don't have to explain it to me. I get it. I totally get it.
We've been around the park.
But that doesn't mean that the vocals could not be a smidge. I'm not talking about like over the top in front of the song.
Listen, I know the whole thing is not to be in front of the guitars. I know the guitars are supposed to kind of like
have that grimy sound,
have that griminess to kind of muffle them. But take the cloth away from the guy's face and like let him
just move it
himself.
just slightly.
A slight
movement into the forefront a little bit, just to give the song a little bit extra life.
I heard is like when it comes word wise, like I heard mostly noise. I could understand some words here and there, but I feel like the bass was more predominant than his vocals.
Once again, I understand the idea. You want the vocals to be part of the atmosphere of the track. You want to create this ambiance within the song. I honestly get all of that. But if you move those vocals just a little bit more into the forefront, the song becomes more impactful. The track becomes more impactful. But I understand the whole aura, throwback, low production kind of style, 80s vibe, everything was old school. The way the video looked like, the way they looked like, their sound, everything about this was old. I get it. But it wouldn't have hurt that vibe, it wouldn't have hurt that style if the vocals were just a little bit more in the forefront.
Yeah.
Not all the way, but just a little bit more. It would make it more impactful. Like this, I'm listening and the vocals are so muffled into the sound, and once again, I get it, is the atmosphere, but they're so muffled in there that it's just like,
why even have them?
Okay. I didn't want to say that, but yes.
But when you could just have like another guitar in that place, why have the vocals there?
I see sometimes bands doing this when the song is a little bit more melancholic, and I feel like in those tracks it fits a lot better because you want that melancholy of the song to become part of the aura of the track, and you want the vocals kind of blended into that.
Because
but
the
for a
vocals
song
will also add to that
melancholy. But
yeah.
for a song that's so aggressive, so intense, to have the vocals that far deep, it takes a little bit of that intensity. It just puts all the eggs in the basket of the guitars, and you're 100% dependent on what the guitars are doing. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it could have been even better if the vocals are just slightly more in the forefront. It becomes more impactful. You can digest the track a little bit better. You can gravitate a little bit better to the song. And like I said, it wouldn't have hurt. It wouldn't have hurt the atmosphere. Now you can do other things too. You can have double layers of the vocals, one a little bit more in the forefront, and one a little bit more in the background. You can do that, and you can have some movements within the song where some portions of the track, the vocals are a little bit more in the forefront, some portions of the song, the vocals are a little bit more in the background. I mean, there's so many other things you can do. You can create some echoes to the vocal track to give you a sense of like coming in. There's a trillion things you can do. I just felt that the length of the song, the short solo, and then the vocals not really feeling like they had this driving force. They felt like they were part of the sound. It was just another sound element. It was almost like you're listening to an instrumental track with some guy doing odling. Because you can't understand a single word that was said, right? So it kind of took a little bit away from the track, in my humble opinion. You're on board, right?
I'm on board, yeah.
All right, so on this one, we're in sync. Not the boy band, but we're in sync.
We're in sync, yeah.
All right, so on that note, guys, there's another video coming right after this one. Don't go anywhere. See ya.
See ya.